about the president's speech at the United Nations General Assembly on 8/8.
Okay, thank you very much, DJ Biz. To start with, I want to reassure the people of this country for say the president's speech now one of the best one I ever see.
Okay.
Yeah. And when you look at the speech, he really delivers his speech passionately from his heart. Because when somebody they deliver a speech, you they see the passion, how much that thing they in his heart. And that was what he did. He was very much relaxed and passionate. Now, when you look at the speech of the president, for me, it gets two broad headings when speech look at.
Okay.
First, now a call to action for bold multilateralism. And the second part, it asks for a reform of the United Nations.
Yeah.
Those are the two broad areas. Now, me people that go on waiting at this multilateralism. Basically, it just they talk about inclusivity, collaborations. We need for collaborate. We need for be included in decision making. We need for be seen as partners and not as a problem where United Nations they can for solve. And it also take 5 punchlines. When you look at your whole speech, now 5 main headings you will really see. The first one is about this same reform of the United Nations Security Council.
Okay.
Yeah, it talks say there is a need for law reform. And what if they try for talk under that particular heading? It try for really demand, not request, because there is also a difference between requesting and demanding. Okay. When you demand, then you know it's your right. It's your right. And he was very much firm and assertive that in the demand that Africa be given 2 permanent seats with all rights and prerogatives. Because when you talk about prerogative again, it's about some kind of power bestowed upon somebody or an institution where the ordinary person they get. It's just like when we say the president of Sierra Leone, the president get the prerogative for give masses to people, for determine certain things when they no more get that power there.
Okay.
So now the kind of prerogative that's what the president be they ask for, that when we get a 2 permanent seats, we not they only ask for 2 permanent seats, but we they ask for all rights where they go with that particular inclusion and prerogatives. Those that get the authority they offer for take certain action.
Right.
And he also talk and say we also need the 2 non-permanent seats alongside the 2. He was very strong on that. He also talked about climate change, where they affect we particularly as a country. You know, it affect Africa generally, but he took Sierra Leone as a case study for present the case. Because when he talk about Sierra Leone, is that Sierra Leone, you know, we they contribute very minimally to global emissions, where they destroy, where they lead to this climate change. You know, but even with that, we they suffer one of the highest climate change hazards.
Okay.
So it's here say that is very unfair on countries like Sierra Leone, where not they contribute to their emissions that they but yet we they bear the greatest brunt.
Okay.
So in talks here, you know, it talks here, one thing where they demand them, those bigger industrialized countries, they get a particular amount of money where they for pay, and they need for they demand them for pay that money. And it really make me know say it's not charity to Africa. It's a matter of legal issues or a moral responsibility on them, because now then they create the problem. A commodity again, it really extends to this issue of global conflict. And one of the rhetorical words where they say ceasefire in Gaza, ceasefire in Sudan, ceasefire in Ukraine.
When did it happen?
Yeah, well, that was a statement made. And I mean, the United Nations get the right, it get the authority, it get the veto for make sure say them places and they become quiet.
Okay.
But they are not doing it. So more or less, for me, from your analysis, in the CNC, United Nations done the loss in mandate for which it was formed in 1945. So because if you see the incident that they happen, then you they only intervene when and as when it. So the presidency has said no, this is a time where they for really demand the United Nations for really take the necessary steps for make sure say peace return at the country there. Because that is the foundation on which it was created. That is the foundation. So if they don't they lost that focus, there is here say no, United Nations don't they lost the focus, and that make you find out say, his speech was very much focused on those things. And they get the authority. Because if you listen again through, it talks say it is not about the loudest voice in the room. It is about how brave the United Nations can be.
All right.
Not about how loud you are.
Okay.
And so you find out say from that again the one people denote say United Nations they talk and talk and talk and talk. But they act very little of recent times.
All right. Okay,
Yeah?
one question quickly, Henry, before I come to AKK for getting on side. You mentioned about conflicts, the way you talk about Gaza, Sudan, and other, Ukraine and other places. And there was a saying that during the time where countries and common are when Netanyahu, Israeli Prime Minister, they talk, say, well, you've not been joined the other countries. And so how do they reflect to what the president talk about?
Listen, there is always a time for everything.
Okay.
We all cannot start a race together. We all cannot start. And not forget, say, the president now get a mandate. He's not only the president of Sierra Leone, he's also chairing so many other countries. It's supposed to be 15, but even though we get 3 left out, but it lead, it is steer the ship for so many other countries who depend on that. And not only that, he's actually the chair or coordinator for the seed thing.
Okay.
Yeah. He get lot of responsibilities. Yeah. And if you get responsibility, you know the goal, you begin to skew yourself down. There is always a time for everything.
All right.
It is possible to say yes. I mean, Sierra Leone not be a part of that. But in life, there is always a time for the first time.
All right.
And I believe, say, if he is coming now, it is better late than never.
All right.
And he came in very strong, and he came in on behalf of Africa.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable.
As an individual
Thank you.
president.
AKK, wouldn't you take us see with the watch the video, the right there, you talk about the president's speech on the United Nations Assembly 88th. I mean, wouldn't you take?
Genuinely, I want to say this passionately, that when I listen to the president and I will see him when he talk, I see passion from him.
Okay.
I see somebody where they talk really from the heart. This is being honest with me. For me, everybody who is serving me over the years knows that I'm very, very blunt with the truth. I saw President Bill for the first time talking from the heart. But however, with all the pleasantries he say over there, with all things where I agree with him in totality, I repeat, I agree with whatever he said at the UN General Assembly, in totality. And I saw him passionate, saying some things that borders around equality. But the question I ask myself, if President Biogo talks to the General Assembly, how real is it in Sierra Leone? And that is where I started to have divergent views.
Okay.
When the president spoke about, he said it's not about the loudest voice in the room. It's the clearest of the voice that matters. Does really President Bio listen to Sierra Leoneans when Sierra Leoneans speak? Does he really take into cognizance that it's not really about who is the loudest here? It's about who is really speaking on a clearer term. Sierra Leoneans are telling you, hey, Mr. President, wait a second. We have 80 plus 4 recommendations. You are yet to implement these recommendations to the latter.
Yeah.
We have an ECSL commission that the entire Sierra Leoneans, majority of Sierra Leoneans, inclusive of moral guarantors and international observers, condemned an election in 2023. And we have put forth solutions as to rectifying these anomalies. Nothing is done in that area. Further to that one, the people of Sierra Leone are telling you, hey, wait a second, we don't want a redistricting for the western area, more especially Fritonians, spoke loudly in a town hall gathering. Are you listening to them? Sierra Leoneans are talking to you, hey, wait a second. The PR system is not good for us. We want the first past the post. We want a system that is representative of us, that will hold our politicians accountable. Does he really listen? So now I started to ask myself, is that President Bio is painting 2 pictures? That when it comes to Sierra Leone, it's a complete, when it comes to dealing with Sierra Leoneans and with their affairs, it's a completely different and distinct person.
You think so if I talk about the issues then at the UN?
That is
which point
an
is it for me?
absolute yes. To say, Whitman says, the taste of the pudding is in the eating. If you go to the international stage and cry for the best practices you want, replicate same locally. But you cannot be doing what is not reflective of international best practices, and then you go to the global stage and demand international best practices. It's ironical.
It's different from what you're saying, though?
Completely. So for me, when I listen him again, when he say a genocide that would have been prevented in Gaza, would have been prevented if only proactive measures were taken.
Yeah.
The same thing is happening in Sierra Leone. They say future events cast their shadows. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. Sierra Leoneans are telling you that President Bio will want the first past the post. You downplaying it. To the extent you went to the well of parliament and said, in fact, we are beginning to see how best we can cascade the PR system now to the executive.
Okay.
Hey, wait a second. But you don't test on class 1 in Oak. Hey, we want to go standard 5. It's chaos. So you're equally saying what you said at the international community is different for, because a future event that will plunge this country into chaos, people have started warning you that this is not the right way to go. So you're paying deaf ears.
You say different from what you say.
That is exactly what the picture I'm printing here.
So what you saying at the UN, what you pick from that?
I repeat again.
You listen to some of the points of Honorable make.
Yes, I said I agree with absolutely everything President Bio said in inception.
Okay.
But again, I said, I can begin to nurse divergent views. It's when I started to contextualize it, because don't forget, the topic we are coming to discuss is that the speech of the president's address in the UN General Assembly. How can we contextualize it to our Sierra Leonean context?
Right.
What is really the reality on ground? What exactly is it that the picture he painted of himself over there, is it exactly what is here? And my answer is no.
Okay.
Two different pictures. That over there, I saw him as a saint. Here, it's a completely different picture. Completely different picture altogether.
Okay.
Here, when you say you want to lead by example, he reminded the world that he is the lead for the C10, the head of ECOWAS, and other institutions he is still leading.
Yeah.
Tell me exactly what was his position for and on behalf of ECOWAS, now that Sierra Leone is grappling with a sovereignty threat, a territorial threat on the sovereignty of Sierra Leone, i.e. specifically Yenga. It will have been a topic of discussion, because that is where the world meets.
All right.
Tell the people, tell the world, now that Sierra Leone has taken, you recuse yourself, because at that point you are not talking just because you feel like talking for Sierra Leone anymore. You're talking as somebody who's heading ECOWAS.
Okay.
That before me currently, I am dealing with an issue that borders around the sovereignty of a nation, Sierra Leone to be specific.
Okay.
And that is Yenga.
All right.
These are issues that have been discussed, they have been settled. All of a sudden, they're just popping up. We want, exactly as he said, that the UN General Assembly should not be seen as a meeting place. I am just taking his words, that it should be seen as a working place.
All right.
So for me, contextualizing it, I'm saying, let us deny ourselves from attending these fanfare ceremonies, this pageantry attached to saying, go to the global stage, say these pleasantries, but on the reality of it, it's far removed from what is exactly the reality.
Quickly, before I can turn before respond, lawyer AKK, if now you've been there at the UN for representing Sierra Leone, what you for say about Yenga?
Wallahi, had I been at that point, and even if President Bio in wisdom, because he has that right to not only go to the UN General Assemblies with his members. I saw the Chief Minister, the First Lady, but he will have taken members of the opposition as best practice. And if I was to be given the opportunity, I would have told the world that now I am the chairperson of the ECOWAS community, and now that the issue of Yenga is on the table, I am going to deal with it indispensably without any sentiments attached thereto.
Right.
And that international treaties, covenants, and conventions must be adhered to and followed to the latter. It's not because I am here today as the head of ECOWAS, but because this is a convention member states have signed, and it is very clear from our geographical boundaries that Yenga belongs to Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone has to defend its sovereignty.
Okay.
And as a president heading the ECOWAS and the Mano River Union, we will make sure that every nation, every sovereign state, its sovereignty must be protected to the latter.
You mentioned one point quickly before I can, so whenever we say if we include or involve opposition members, then you get issue with that?
He has not been doing that.
Okay.
We saw this as best practices from his predecessor, Hannes by Koroma.
Okay.
Prior to this time, when Hannes Koroma wants to depart for the UN General Assembly, you always see Bernadette Lahai. He takes some people from the opposition in parliament, takes some different. The other time, President Hannes Koroma went to the General Assembly with John Opojo Benjamin, the then chairman of the SLPP. Yes, this is best practices.
All right.
So that you hear dissenting views. They help in constructive governance.
Okay. Honorable, over to you. You don't listen to lawyer AKK. What do you take?
Thank you very much. You know, I will forgive my brother, my younger brother, because I realize, you know, maybe you not get the opportunity for listening to the president will be this giving speech.
Okay.
And you know, they also get time for read, you know, because even as you come, you know, maybe they try to get some bullet points from the speech. So, and there is no way you go able to maximize understanding from what the president say, because if he didn't set you, they take jottings at that point. I know he came with one agenda. You know, what my brother they do on behalf of the APC, he just sound like quick crocodile, the fat lion.
Okay.
Where they don't know the crocodile, what he always they do for drag the lion to the water. If it's in your power day, but you find out say the lion can still go inside the water, defeat her, then back pull a hitter.
Okay.
That is what my brother is doing, because waiting we there for contextualize, as he say, totally they try for drift. But again, I mean, these are all national issues.
Okay.
So we'll go discuss it.
All right.
And one thing when my brother not try to understand, every global occasion get a theme. The United Nations General Assembly is not a place to say they go wash your dirty linens. It's a place for people to celebrate. If you listen to the Donald Trump in speech, it was all about bogus talks about what you don't achieve. You know, as a country, making comparison between
China
Joe Biden.
Russia. Okay, the former people.
The former,
Democrats.
Yeah, Democrats and what you don't achieve.
Okay.
It is a stage where you celebrate your achievement.
All right.
Not a stage to wash your dirty linens. And one thing I want to let me brother understand.
Okay.
And if you look at the theme, because if you understand the theme, you go able to connect the speech of the president and see whether it matched to the theme of the occasion. And for being so very absurd, the theme they say one thing, you they go and talk about younger, domestic things, all of that. We get so many other platforms. And when there is a conflict, you don't just go to the ultimate. I mean, it is a wrong approach. So I really wonder how members of APC they think.
Okay.
Because if there is a conflict, we have not exhausted the bilateral engagement. We have not exhausted the regional engagement. We have not exhausted all of those. You just grab, you go on a global platform. Then you just try for say, as a region or as a president, you are weak. So I feel say all of those.
Okay.
Because when you look at the theme, what is the theme saying? Better together. Yeah? And it talks here, 80 years moving on, if we able to ensure peace, we able to ensure development, able to ensure human rights, they will be better together as a world. That is the theme. And when you look at all waiting the presidency, it matches with the theme of the occasion.
Okay.
But even amidst that, technically, because he's a smart president, he still tries to bring out the achievements what they get as a country. Yeah.
What are the achievements?
And at the camp, now it talk about your response to that. It talk about say whether the president really sincere with all of this way they say they are. You know, when somebody is doing well, And it don't mean say when you're in opposition, you keep on opposing everything.
Okay.
There are times it is good when you talk, you say, okay, you are doing well, but this is not the area where you need improvement. There's somebody who goes to say, this is not a rational statement. But if you keep on condemning somebody, even when somebody is at his best, trying to minimize, if not eradicate problems, then that somebody is a human being, you go discourage. Now with this whole thing, these are allegations of all of malpractice, electoral malpractice. For God's sakes, in 2012, when the elections concluded, SLPP, through the leadership of the now president, raised allegations of electoral malpractice. He raised that, and we saw how the results were announced by Christiana Top, who said go police, which was very insulting to the people of this country. And that was somebody appointed by the president. He said, we're going to go police. People were trivialized. Madabio, the president now, raised concerns. It was not listened to. Even there is an interview again on Metabia where they interviewed the president then, Dr. Anes Baikoruma, now by VOA. Where it talks, and the man, he don't talk down the more, he's still ruling, he's focused on leading.
Okay.
At some point, the man go realize himself and they go continue. What did they do? Nothing came out. We sat down quietly. So if they don't raise, the president don't look at us and say, okay, as a country, we don't need all of their step gallops here. We don't need their spikes here. We need to move past this level. So he say, okay, I will set up a tripartite. Lord, bring out all of the challenges and let us see what we can do.
Okay.
And that is not mandatory on him as a president for doing. He can decide say or not do it, and nobody can hold him. There's nowhere anybody. But if out of involution, they don't say when I set up tripartite and they don't bring 80 plus recommendations, and we don't see how they work on that day, we don't see the achievement, it's a process.
Okay.
And one thing where they talk about this PR of first past the post, this is not a creation of the SLPP or Madabio government. Justice Kawan, under President Anes Baikoroma in leadership, now did they bring out their recommendations here? Now did they propose PR? Now did they bring out all of these things? And governance is continuity, they say. So if President Madabio, they say, okay, let me continue with the legacy of the former president by working on the recommendations of Justice Kawan in recommendations. And he say, okay, PR is the best way to go. Simply because first past the post is not the best practice globally, because as smaller countries, we learn from best practice from bigger countries, we don't practice it and we don't see the benefits.
Okay.
So Israelis, they try to transcend from the old ways, we don't ever bring anything good, but stagnated country. If you up to now today is because of the stagnated first past the post, they don't say, let us move to a place where we go get inclusivity. This multilateralism what they talk about. Let us get a situation where we go be inclusive. But APC, because of selfishness or because of their ideology, because they think the 2028 elections is going to be for them, so they think selfishly, say, oh, SLPP wants share power with them because they don't know, say they are going to lose. Who told you that?
Okay.
Yeah? And if they go and talk, say, now the people of Sierra Leone don't talk, say, they don't want division of the Western area. Who said so? Has there been any research? Who said the people of Sierra Leone? Because for me, the report or the outcome of a research be authentic, it has to take 10% of that population size. That is empirical by research rules. Who said the people that ever go into the day, rather than you calling 10 people and 10 people them we are manipulated and they say things. So when you want to take decision, it goes by referendum. Through referendum, people go able to know, say, this is what the people of this country want. But you know, we just go into a small hall like this and you begin to talk, say, people have spoken. Who are the people? Who are these Sierra Leoneans? What do they talk about? Yeah. He also spoke about the Yenga. I mean, Yenga, in fact, let us recall, when we had our civil conflict, the first people to come to our aid were the Guineans. The one that now will get conflict.
Enough of them come in now after the war don't end and all that kind
of
stuff.
No, they come. They were the first to come. Yeah? We accept, say, the land they are occupying is ours. But again, conflict resolution, you cannot be an arbitrator of conflict matters that you create one. You only go into extreme actions when you see, say, you don't employ you don't employ all necessary strategies and it is not working.
Okay.
Then when you take the necessary actions, then nobody can blame you. These are good people to us. They came to our aid. If they don't trespass, first we go into bilateral discussions. If we don't see say it's not working, we take it to the regional team. And from there, we cascade them and go upstairs. But you can't take something where we not exhaust all avenues and begin take it to that point. That shows weakness. And our president is not a weak president. You don't understand?
Yeah.
And he also talked about the president went without taking any members of the opposition. I mean, this is very unfortunate. Well, it is maybe possible that because they don't see Honorable Mohamed Bangura as member of the APC, make they say that. But Honorable Mohamed Bangura was with the president in the United States. He was there.
All right.
Yeah, he did it. And so for me,
now an APC member, why don't go SLPP?
He is not in I don't ever remember a day where he
don't AKK, Mohamed Bangura still the
side of APC. But maybe because of the money independence, because he has his own ideas. I mean, I not believe in all of them things and the way they try to bring, because the problem come up between them and then. When we had these elections, they took an action, not for camp parliament.
Yeah.
Mohamed said, no, the people of my constituency, by extension, the people of Sierra Leone, elected me.
Yeah.
So it will be disservice to the people of my constituency and the country. For man, sit down, they don't elect me, they feel here for go make laws.
Okay.
And he told them, staying out will not solve the problem, because when you are there, you'll be able to raise your concerns and people will hear. So he said, I'm not stepping back. That was where the problem started.
Okay.
So maybe because of his independence, because of your ideology, different from what the APC believe in, when a skewed ideology where they only benefit the few of them with the imposition, maybe that is why they're not the see as APC. But Honorable Mohamed Bangura was there as member of the opposition. So I wonder why he's saying that.
All right. Quickly, before you can, what are the gains of the president's speech to Salone?
The gains?
Yeah. What's will go gain from the speech then the way the president make?
Now, let me tell you, you realize the president took some time for talk about human capital development.
Okay.
Yeah. He also took some time for talk about the health situation. He also took some time for talk about the current flagship project of Sierra Leone. Celebrating the successes we have made so far. And whatever you may say, we have made tremendous impact, progress in the area of basic education.
Okay.
Now let's look at a situation before now, where parents had the burden of paying for their children, right from inception to university, and we see the kind of dropout where we did during the past regimes. We see the dropout. But this president, as a way of supporting his initiative, one thing he did was to take away that burden of parents say, I don't get that money for pay for me picking go university.
All right.
So what did they happen now? Initially, the president started by paying school fees for the children. It even reached a point when at transition exams, NPSC, Becker, was, parents could not even pay. When the president could not pay, the government watch again. Oh, if you start something and not able to complete them, that don't mean anything.
All right.
The president again, in his own wisdom, said, let me support that. So the president is also paying for all of those transition exams. And now that make you find out, say, the admission rate into those universities is so huge. The number of child education where they go into university and graduate is so huge. These are all of the successes. And somebody will begin to say, okay, the amount of money paid on nominal basis is very small. But you check the cumulative total of what that is what is paying per child every year. For all of those things. It come out again. We go to agriculture. We don't see the successes we are making. We used to import. 90% of our domestic food.
So those are the gains.
Yeah, which is rice. Now, if I tell you today, the WFP could only import, you understand, only 30.
All right.
Yeah.
30
I mean 60% of the total import.
All right.
So which means because of local production of rice, we are able to actually reduce the importation.
Right,
which means slowly we are moving there. We are not there yet.
All right.
We produce onion locally. we they produce eggs. All of that, if you do the comparative analysis of imported eggs and local eggs, you find out, say, because of the high production of all of these things, we don't cut down on the import cost of all of those. These are all of it. And we get lots for talk about in other sectors.
All right, thank you.
But again, my link to the bigger.
Please, let me come now. You will take the whole day. If you want to,
you'll get it time. Just get one few seconds.
You will get it by now. That make we they talk. I always take
quickly take over.
So in completion, I don't want to make people they try for dilute the impact made. One thing we for know as a country, the president when they are not as president only for Sierra Leone, but Africa president, and president of the C10. And again, he has been appointed, you understand, for be part of the G7 plus. As eminent person. He's also the chair for the very first black president to be appointed. So if the globe, the world, they appreciate the president, and the world they see the kind of global leadership in the president, they get all of those positions. We are citizens of this country. Not for they for dilute and just because of test of power.
Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you so much. Mr. Bass, thank you so much.
You get the floor now.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
I hope you can exercise patience.
Go ahead.
I don't talk. Me, I'm not
honestly,
until
I have
I'm
no
giving the
intention for make school my elder brother, which is not in contention. You see, so many things now are not correct. I thought I was not coming to do a public lecture, but make it one. I ignore all the things he say I was not prepared to come in here. That's unfortunate. You cannot say that to me because the topic has been shared to me almost 3 days ago, right? So I'm a very careful person, and I want to, whenever I'm saying something, I have sufficient evidence to substantiate saying. And not because somebody they talk and they take jottings missing and now they read. However, I ignore all those things because I'm not ready to personal attacks. Let us don't dissociate from the argument.
We don't need an air.
You understand?
It's the issue.
But however, he said one thing I want to correct publicly. That the UN is not a place to wash your dirty linens. It's a place where you make bogus statements, as Donald Trump said. He cited Donald Trump. That is not exactly correct. And I'll put him to strict proof. Key of the things that were settled at the UN was the 2-state resolution, and it was voted for. You know what that was done? Was that bogus statement? No. It's a move.
You know, that Mr. Salone in position on 2-state solution?
So that's where I'm coming now. So that is beginning to tell you, it's a place where the world leaders meet to solving problems, putting proposals on the floor. As to solving future problems, i.e., the whole object for the formation of the UN was to stop any reoccurrence of a world war. That is the primary reason. And so the UN is seen as, like when you say, the world peace. They are purposely created to forestalling any semblance of chaos. Don't even, and just something like when you say, it's a small smoke, who said they see trouble, the nipper in the bud, because they want to see the world peaceful. So when I said, had I been the president, the issue of Yenga would have been something for discussion. It's something that hoovers or borders on sovereignty. And don't forget, the whole issue of Palestine and Israel is all about sovereignty. We know the Giyuya, now we get here. So I never thought I was going to do a public lecture. But let me do it for the convenience of all. You understand? Further to that one, when you go to these places to talk to world leaders, you must not always sing the Hosanna sing. Sometimes it's better to tell world leaders where the pain is. Because don't forget, and I said, it's a place where people find solution to problems. And that is why it is often said or not, that a problem shared
is a problem
solved. So if our problem is shared at the world stage, 10 chances to 1,
Get a solution.
people will listen to it and they will start to finding mechanisms as to solving our problem.
Okay.
Do you understand this? I continue further. The issue of like when he say President Bio, let we not try for water and down because the world is young big. And opposition not for just be opposition because you want to criticize. No. DJ Bass, you are a very neutral person who anchor this program right from the inception, and the world is listening. I agree with everything President Bio said. Not to say, sir.
But is it different from what he said?
That is where I am coming. That is where criticism, constructive criticism comes in. Don't just criticize because you feel like criticizing people. Let it be substance-based.
Okay.
So for me, I agree with every word in the statement of the president. But what I am a bit challenged with, when I try to contextualize President Bio's image to the globe and his image to Sierra Leoneans, I see a complete contravention. I think that is just the honest truth. That doesn't mean I'm criticizing him. That doesn't mean we cannot tap him on the shoulder that you're doing well.
Okay.
That doesn't mean if he's doing wrong, we cannot say, hey, wait a second. What you're doing is not correct. And my brother will say, again, this is a very wide program where people watch all over the world. They mislead people publicly. That because of the inroads they don't make in education, the president even they pay for public exams. That's misleading.
What's misleading in that?
Because it is not President
Not
Bio
saying they pay. It's
that is
taxpayers'
paying.
money.
It is us, the Sierra Leoneans, that are doing it. Not from in pocket they come on.
Yeah.
And even now that it is ongoing, he did not start it. This had been way back. Beginning way back from Bakaba in time safe.
Okay.
I think the Bakaba in time now be NPSC. And as Kuma come, it take 2 steps further. He said they pay for Becker and WAS, public examinations. So it's not a novelty, something. Let us stop this politics of deceit. And that is exactly where I'm going to anchor my argument, the second phase. When I listened President Bio keenly, and I said I had difficulty now to contextualizing him as the Sierra Leonean point, I started to ask myself, really this man, waiting if they go talk so, that's what they happen here. No. What he said over there, let the world listen and let them act. Listen, that is keyword. Does President Bio equally listen in Sierra Leone and act? How many times you don't complain in this country say he doesn't listen in person?
So you get a problem with that? You get a problem with that?
Yes. It's not
You
us.
didn't listen to him, people them, but
Well,
they
you
go
go over
outside.
and they ask, say, let would I listen to we?
Okay.
The whole one from listening leaders. Are you a leader here? You don't listen to your people. And that was why I brought instances.
So I didn't get problems, huh?
That is where, that's not only the problem. I have a plethora of issues. However, I'm not equally the same. They're not areas he's doing well.
Okay.
You see constructive opposition. The APC believes, say, we are the next government. And we believe, say, for the only way we get power in this country are through legitimate means.
Okay.
And so therefore, if this country, like how they go so now, we're not in this country will celebrate good. Salone is nicknamed a narcotic state. Sierra Leone is being served with papers of extradition papers for harboring a world notorious drug lord. Recently, there are vessels that would be seen at the high seas, unflagged, suspected to be vessels that deals in illicit dealings.
Okay.
All these things don't give a good image.
So one of the good things the way Una thinks say the on the way you know highlight it because they highlight the other one anymore. Which one they think is a good way you don't make progress on from the APC point of view?
Like when he said in his exact words that the UN, when it is ready to act, it does act. And for example, Sierra Leone is a testament to that. You see, when Sierra Leone faced the most brutal and uncivilized war ever in modern history, we realize the presence of the UN.
Okay.
That is true. It's undisputed. It's uncontroverted.
UNAMCEL and all the peacekeeping stuff.
It's true.
Okay.
And so he implored the UN again, say, this is the time you need to do more. Yes, that's positive. We agree with him. That indeed the UN needs to do more. He further said, he said now, he said in fact it is as a result of the UN that the ballot papers were given back to Sierra Leoneans. Now, the question is, if the UN left a good legacy of sin, why did you take the ballot papers from Sierra Leoneans' hands in 2023?
Okay.
Why did you take the ballot papers from them?
All right.
So you see the contravention.
So then they bring
You
about
see
the tripartite.
irony. And then they bring back the tripartite.
Okay. So that's just
So
one
if
side
you
number.
go here, you talk all these things.
Lawyer AKK, just one side number about the UN peacekeeping you. Maybe give kudos to the president. What about
Yes.
5 big changes, another one?
Yes,
No success, not
I always say this. The 5 big changes, again,
we honorable talk about.
we honorable talk about. I don't want to open a Pandora's box here. Because he cited here, says Salone they produce onions. Salone they produce eggs. I don't know who they locate these eggs there, who they produce.
Honorable is
I don't really know how they locate them because DJ Base, you're not a foreigner here. Walk to Congo Market, go to Guard Street. Make them show we who say we they produce that egg there, who say we buy them for an affordable price. Because don't forget, now Salone, egg you they buy for 5 leu. So if you produce egg na Salone, let me get a distinction between the imported egg and the locally produced egg.
And the price for different.
Different.
All right.
But if that is not so, who is fooling who?
You got your time?
I don't think I've exhausted it. However,
Just 1 minute because we got about 5 more minutes for wrap up.
however, one thing I want to establish very clear,
Yeah.
where my big brother address, are the issue of Mohammed Bangura.
Okay.
This they show you how indeed the APC is civilized. The reason is this: had the APC been dealing with all its activities as of this moment, pursuant to our 1995 constitution, the issue of Mohammed Bangura would have been an issue of the past.
Okay.
But now, with all the internal things we don't do, it's now condition dependent on an all-important NDC.
Okay.
And that is why you see Mohammed Bangura all over the place. You see one thing again I can always say to Sierra Leoneans is this: Salone people are not full anymore, DJ Base.
All right.
Wallahi. If my brother Salone here is the same Mohammed Bangura na APC, for which in the Mohammed Bangura they're all over the place. Say in fact when you watch him in flag bearer and I say PDP flag bearer.
So
and my brother is seated there conveniently. He's leading Sierra.
So you're not the APC again? Because they represent APC in the parliament. It's
This
just
is what
that again intention.
This is what I am saying.
Say one go PDP
This
as
is
we
what I am
understand.
saying.
Yeah.
That had it been, because don't forget, section 77K of our constitution, very clear.
Okay. What you say?
It tells you, say, a member of parliament, they cease for be a member of parliament on the condition that that party with the parliament, the leader of that party communicate to the speaker of parliament, say, this particular member, he don't cease for be a member of a party.
Wow.
And then, this time only they happen for public consumption.
Okay.
That in with APC constitution, the March 7, 2022 constitution, they expel somebody from the party through a national delegate conference.
All right.
And when that happens, we'll communicate
All right.
to the speaker.
Honorable, you get 2 minutes to
Yes,
get 5
just
minutes.
2
so-
minutes
yes.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I respect me, bro.
Lawyer AKK, the Act Society, Yabas, and then
Yes,
some-
how they come.
All right.
You know, it really confused me.
Okay.
Because I think they say Honorable Mohammed Bangura is not a member of APC. Then he's still in parliament. And it don't exactly read how somebody they lose in membership in a parliament and they have not done that. So do you expect me to say
It's
he's
still
not a
be
member?
APC.
So I want to get that corrected. Yeah. And the way they talk, I see say, if we don't go out of ideas, you know, it's still they drag way down. And one thing what they say, it is possible my brother not ever attend the UN summit.
Of course I'm not.
But waiting they happen, let me tell you this. Might just lecture you on that because I've been there on 2 occasions.
Okay.
That global meeting side, the president didn't make the speech. It's not the place to wash your dirty linen.
All right.
After that, we get committee meetings, different places, where different ministries when I did the go find collaboration, partnership, explaining the problems at those committee meetings.
Okay.
But that the major platform is not the place for that.
All right.
But again, I go forgive him. You know, I go try my next year. I will be enlisted.
Let go.
Yes, but when it can now,
you can talk
language will change.
Yes,
the secondly, if they say President Bio is not peaceful, I believe he is the first president we don't have received the highest amount of demonstrations. Yes, he chose peace.
Okay.
He's the first person who come and look at the death penalty and say, no, the people of this country don't need that. It no matter what they do, they don't deserve death.
All right.
And he lifted that. People don't provoke him severally for me to take action. He still embraced peace. The reason this way global stage, they recognize her as a peaceful man for lead the global stage.
Okay.
Yeah. And he go again. He say, not to President Bio, they pay for their school fees and all of them are the
taxpayers' money.
But again, it goes with willingness. President, they maybe don't get the same taxpayers' money.
Okay.
They're not doing.
All right.
So if you don't do one, and all of those monies where they put per day, now monies where they recruit from corruption practices, where they're up to $3 million, then they put per that project.
Okay.
So it's not really taxpayers' money, but monies recruit from corrupt people. Yeah, then they put per that day. So again, you know, my brother really need to understand. Then lastly, he talk about they get forbid the next they forbid the next government. Who said that? The people who wait for many people then decide. Because these are all positive negative statements made where they incitement. Technically, you're a lawyer. Yeah? Because if the people they're not decided, don't say and no say we get forbid and all of that. Then in terms of narcotics, where in fact a few days ago, see boku people that are on the streets dead, and people want blame the government. I will say to that, all of us are to be blamed. Even as citizens, because we they see them about they take drugs, we know say the cartel they, we know the people where they sell, we they see them in our communities, but nobody know they call the police and say, come radio.
The police they don't know they.
They're not going to know every time.
But get community police, they're honorable.
They
know all the corners in the country.
Let me tell you.
Quickly.
Let me tell you. You see that particular business of kush and other things. Now, invisible market. Like when me you sit also. If me na post where they do we go sit down on set so, I pass a deal, you pass money, we do transactions.
Yeah, but
it's an invisible market.
But only quickly, in that one, the police then can go meet, they know, well, no side in the center.
That is why
the police can go there, they arrest the people and
that
get a
is
cut
why
of
I am saying all of us are to be blamed.
All right.
Yeah?
Okay.
Because there are policies.
But some people for take the lead, like the law enforcement people.
That is why even we within the marginalized communities, we get the right for food when we work, we get vigilante groups.
Right. Okay.
We will make sure say we try to stop every illegal action in our communities.
Okay.
What is wrong with us putting vigilantes for say anytime we suspect any drug business, Lord capture the people then they demonstrate.
I'm afraid time down the kitchen. 1 minute, few seconds. Your final message to everybody who watching the listen. So we
thank you very much. Yes. At this point, our law no say as Sierra Leoneans we get an opportunity. The globe, the world don't recognize the president, and for the very first time, just in one person, it don't be the chairman for ECOWAS, the chairman for C10, the chairman for G7+, and he has been recognized for the very first time, the first African president, as eminent personality, a part of the G7+.
Okay.
So this is an opportunity. I know say we are all politicians, everybody want to get the taste of power. But again, when somebody they do well, Lord appreciate them.
Okay.
The president is not wishing for continued governance.
All right.
But again, Lord knows say that way what they treat ourselves now go make the people they know say we are serious.
Okay.
That make it also suggest the proportional representation. So inclusivity go there, the desperation for power, who said that one person they go bench for long, no go be. If we all the part of development process, then I believe say the desperation go be limited, if not eradicated.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lawyer AKK, a few seconds and say goodbye.
Honestly, no regret at all for Hon for only maiden appearance on the I'll be invited on subsequent programs.
Yeah.
But however, on behalf of the APC party, we want to say thank you to President Bio for a very apt representation on behalf of Sierra Leone and me chairing different committees found on behalf of our country.
Okay.
However, as a party, we ask and say this representation and this face it gives to the globe, let it be replicated to Sierra Leone.
All right. So, like our honorable say, next year, have the chance they go to.
I go recommend it.
If my party approves that one.
Well, you see again, he is limited.
Okay.
He don't go to a national call. If the president call you on a national call for
a member of parliament will also call you for let you get the opportunity.
I represent
then you they
political
talk.
party.
So pass the party say for
well,
go.
My party approves that.
All
Well,
right.
this is the thing I want to see. APC, they're not nationalistic. A president calls you can't represent your country. Then you say pass your party approve.
And you
then
think
it's
the APC
unfortunate.
will deny that for
It's
national
no, but even coming from you as a lawyer,
Yes.
it's unfortunate.
All right.
Yes.
Because we they give so much relevance to we party constitution
You can't
more than the
give that
grown
one.
up. You have the right to serve the people
BJP.
first
Yes, sir.
How
before
you
your
call me
country,
now?
before
I
your
not
party.
No, you not call me as I not introduce myself as the spokesperson.
Yeah, but then
no,
media asking almost say if
no.
honorable say well
I am not
AKK.
an individual
Are
who
they
takes
make a plea?
decisions.
All right,
on
so pass the
individuals.
party say.
The party
All
makes
right.
And they make a
decisions.
plea to the president and by next UN, Honorable AKK here, then that is one of the spokesperson, Mr. President, and not seem for being informed on several things. So do your lot and go.
All right.
There you go.
So thank you very much. So now they'll get for end the show for today. We tell plenty thanks to the guys that were helping for do this, and plenty thanks to Lawyer AKK, plenty thanks to Honorable. We hope safe from where people they watch this and self go and say we know for make palaver for politics. There's unity in diversity. So till then, have a good time. Bye bye. God bless you. Thank you.